Hi everyone, Dr. Susan Brown at the Center for Better Bones. Today we're going to talk a bit about PEMF, Pulsed Electromagnetic Fields. And that's an interesting topic, very important to us here in Syracuse because a lot of the early research was done by a doctor right here in Syracuse. Robert Becker in 1985 wrote a book called The Body Electric. He was very concerned about the impact of electromagnetic fields on human health. He was concerned about the detrimental impact of all of these machines we have around us, everything from our hair dryers to our toasters to our ovens. All these emit an electromagnetic field. He was concerned about the health impacts, but he also was concerned about how we could use a controlled electromagnetic field to actually stimulate bone health. And this sort of spurred on the research looking at stimulating bone with electromagnetic fields. Some of you might have heard of this if you have a friend who, say, fractured their wrist and the wrist didn't heal. So the doctors would call that a non-union fracture, and they would suggest, well, we've done everything else, let's put an electrical stimulator on this to see if we can send the right kind of signal that will cause the bone building cells to grow. And sure enough, there has been quite a bit of research on using electromagnetic fields, on pulse ultrasound to encourage fracture healing. You'll see by this one little article that I'm sharing with you right now. So they found it would help and is still used today in fracture healing. Then they began doing more research with pulse electromagnetic fields, and they did some very interesting thing with bone building cells, particularly the mesenchondral cells that are the ones that stimulate the new that divide into that develop into the new bone building cells. And this is a little bit of study you'll see with this, where they actually took these precursors to bone cells and they applied this particular electromagnetic current, and these precursors to bone cells become much more effective. They stimulated the development of osteoblastic function. So you've got fracture healing, you've got actually going on another level and stimulating those cells that turn into osteoblasts to be more effective and to develop into more osteoblasts. And then, of course, you got the idea of doing clinical trials. Well, if the pulse electromagnetic field can help in all these other ways, can it help to build bone density? And the researchers that have done most on this are the Chinese researchers. I'm going to show you a very interesting study that was done here a few years back where they actually looked at pulsed electromagnetic fields on women with osteoporosis, and you can see by my highlighted results that they find that the results suggested that a course of PEMF treatment, and they did this treatment about 26 weeks, like 40 minutes a day for 6 days a week, they found that this treatment was as effective as Fosamax in treating post-menopausal osteoporosis. This was over a 24-week period. So that's pretty outstanding results. And in fact, I do think the Chinese are the ones who have done most research on this. And I'm going to show you a new research proposal they have right now that is even a more in-depth study looking at pulse electromagnetic fields, not only for osteoporosis, but also for arthritis. And these are beds that the Chinese develop you lay on that emit a certain electromagnetic field. In this particular study that I have here, they discuss what that electromagnetic field is. You'll see the treatment was 40 minutes a day for 6 days a week, and they give the frequency and the hertz at which that signal was sent. This is all to say, in the future, we're going to see a lot more attention on electromagnetic fields as being pulsed electromagnetic field is used being medicine to stimulate bone growth. What we're experimenting with in the Center for Better Bones is this device called the Beamer, which is a German device sold in the US. We don't sell this device, but we're looking at it for the possibility of speeding fracture healing and also of stimulating growth of bone density. If any of you are interested, you can give our office a call. I know some people who are working with those machines, and they can maybe help find if there's one in your area you want to work with. Pulse electromagnetic field, very interesting. There's a lot of research to be done on it yet, and yet I think there's very positive benefits. And we'll be informing you on what seems to be working best as time goes by. Thank you.